number one pick in the 2025 NBA Draft goes to the Dallas Mavericks.
With just a 1.8% chance, the Dallas Mavericks defied all odds to land the number one pick. Was it luck? Or is the NBA Draft truly rigged? Mavs fans, you just hit the jackpot. Cooper Flagg, basketball's next teenage sensation and possible real-life my player, may have just found his new home. Monday night's NBA Draft lottery in Chicago dropped a bombshell. The Dallas Mavericks landed the number one pick. Yes, those Mavericks, the ones with just a 1.8% chance. That's not a long shot. That's divine intervention. You've got better odds of hitting all green lights in Dallas at 5 p.m. The ping-pong balls didn't get the memo. And a late-season injury circus, the Mavs now hold the keys to the draft. Just like that, the NBA storyline swerved off script. Let's rewind. Dallas was cruising in fourth in the West when Luka Dončić's calf gave out on Christmas. Then came February. The front office detonated the core, trading Luka to the Lakers for a package headlined by Anthony Davis. Mavs fans hit the 5 stages of grief before Woj even hit send. It only unraveled from there. Davis and Kyrie missed time down the stretch, and Dallas nosedived into the 10th seed like a team auditioning for a 30 for 30. While the media begged them to tank, the Mavs doubled down. Davis returned. They scrapped into the play-in. It wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. Now, they're staring down Cooper Flagg. 6'9", smooth jumper, first step like a thunderclap, and defense that clamps. He's still a teenager and built like the future. It's not official, but let's be real. When a once-in-a-decade talent falls in your lap after you hit the reset button twice in 4 months, you don't overthink it. You hand him the jersey and let the league know. Dallas isn't rebuilding, it's reloading. And just when you thought the script couldn't get more Hollywood, cue another plot twist. After outlasting the Kings in their first play-in game, the Mavericks faced one final boss, the Memphis Grizzlies. Win and they're playoff bound. Lose and cue the lottery balls. Spoiler alert, they lost. And with that stumble came an unexpected reward, the number 11 spot in the draft lottery, carrying just a 1.8% chance at the top pick. Basically, a shot in the dark with a broken flashlight. But fate had flair. Had the Mavs beaten Memphis, they'd be prepping for a quick playoff exit, not daydreaming about Cooper Flagg. Instead, they tripped at the finish line and landed on a golden ticket. Oh, and don't forget the coin flip with Chicago. Both teams finished with identical records, so the NBA flipped a little coin to break the tie. Dallas won it, Chicago dropped to 12th. Brutal. So let's recap. One bad loss, one lucky flip, one 1.8% miracle. Now Dallas owns the top of the draft board. Here's how the mayhem went down. Courtesy of a hopper, a handful of numbered ping pong balls, and the cruel math of probability. The NBA lottery uses 14 ping pong balls to form a 4-number combo. Every non-playoff team gets a set of number combinations out of 1,001 based on how much they stunk. The 3 worst teams each get a 14% chance at the top pick. The silver lining of being terrible. Dallas, meanwhile, showed up with a napkin odds of 1.8% and still won the whole damn raffle. Once the number 1 combo is drawn, picks 2 and 3 and 4 follow. Everything else goes by regular season standings. Somehow, with the smallest slice of odds, a coin flip edge over Chicago, and one lucky bounce, the Mavericks leapfrogged everyone. From play-in pain to lottery euphoria in just weeks. And here's the kicker. Dallas won with the combo 10, 14, 11, 7. If the final number had been 1 instead of 7, the pick would have gone to Washington. 1 ball. That's all it came down to. Heartbreak or headline. When the ping-pong dust settled, here's how the top of the board shook out. San Antonio landed the number 2 pick. Philadelphia jumped to number 3. Charlotte slid into number 4. Meanwhile, Utah, despite finishing with the league's worst record, 17-65, dropped to 5th. A harsh reminder that tanking is part art, part agony. The Wizards, just a game better at 18-64, landed 6th. Close, but no flag. Dallas, 1 bounce from heartbreak, now first in line for a franchise changer. And they didn't leave that bounce to chance. Assistant GM Matt Riccardi walked into the drawing room armed with more than just hope. He brought a lucky owl sticker from his 13-month-old son, Leo. But not just any owl. This one had Italian roots. Riccardi, who earned the nickname Il Gufo, the owl, during a stint in Italy, was banking on a little Gufo magic. And it worked. The Mavericks turned 1.8% odds into the number 1 pick. Maybe it wasn't all luck. Riccardi laughed in disbelief as the results rolled in. Shaking hands with team reps, the joy wasn't just about the pick, it was about the journey. So it wasn't just a win, it was a much-needed break and maybe a sign. Mavericks reps rolled into the lottery event in matching blue jackets. Riccardi, CEO Rick Welts, and franchise legend Rolando Blackman. When the results were revealed, Blackman, a Maverick from 1981 to 1992, clasped his hands and beamed. Welts, no stranger to wild NBA moments, from the league office to Golden State, shared the celebration. And for Mavs GM Nico Harrison, ever the superstitious type, he watched from a nearby restaurant. Didn't want to jinx it. Guess it worked. It's one thing to pull off the impossible. It's another to do it with style. Rick Welts couldn't help but laugh at the poetic chaos. You're talking to the only person in this room who was also in that room 40 years ago, he said, referencing the legendary 1985 lottery that landed Patrick Ewing to the Knicks. I've been dealing with conspiracy theories ever since, he smirked. This year, no different. Dallas' win had fans buzzing. The word rigged shot up the charts on X, formerly Twitter, with Miami's Kevin Love echoing the disbelief. The comparisons write themselves. LeBron to Cleveland, Rose to Chicago, Luka to Dallas, now Flagg. But even with the noise, one thing is clear. The Mavericks just joined the Lucky Club. In fact, it mirrors another twist of fate. In 2012, the Pelicans lost Chris Paul, won the lottery, and drafted Anthony Davis. In 2019, they lost Davis, won the lottery again, and got Zion. Now, the Mavericks trade Luka and get the number 1 pick. A Hollywood reboot of the Pelicans playbook. The target, Cooper Flagg, 6'9" freshman from Duke, averaged 19.2 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 4.2 assists. National Player of the Year, scouts are tossing around names like Anthony Davis and Jason Tatum when they talk about his two-way potential. The chants of "Fire Nico" have suddenly gone quiet. And if there was any doubt Flagg could replace Luka as the face of the franchise, his resume speaks louder than any press conference. State champ as a high school freshman in Maine, transferred to Monteverde Academy, the basketball factory, reclassified, skipping junior year, led Monteverde to a perfect 33-0 national title season, graduated high school in 3 years, held his own at USA basketball camp against LeBron, KD, and Steph. Flagg isn't just rising, he's fast-tracking. And Dallas just hit the accelerator. At this rate, it might be safe to say the Mavericks' future is looking brighter than ever. Flagg's elite status was solidified not just by his high school and AAU accomplishments, but also by his standout performance at USA Basketball's Las Vegas minicamp last summer. Competing against the U.S. men's national team, which included stars LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant, Flagg caught attention with his composure and skill. His strong play in one scrimmage had even top NBA players taking notice. On draft night, the San Antonio Spurs and Philadelphia 76ers also had their moments of intrigue. Despite only a 6.34% chance, the Spurs jumped from the 8th spot to land the 2nd pick. This could become a pivotal asset if San Antonio decides to pursue a trade for Giannis from the Milwaukee Bucks this offseason. The Philadelphia 76ers started the lottery in the number 5 slot, had a 63.9% chance of keeping their pick. But according to a 2020 trade with the Oklahoma City Thunder, they would have had to send it away if it landed outside the top 6. It seemed like they might forfeit their pick when Dallas and San Antonio jumped up. But the 76ers defied the odds and secured the 3rd pick with a 10.55% chance. The drama unfolded so quickly that ESPN mistakenly announced they had lost the pick, only to correct it shortly thereafter. This year's lottery class is seen as stronger at the top compared to last year. The draft will be held on June 25th and 26th in New York. And here is the full lottery order. Number 1, Dallas Mavericks. 2, San Antonio Spurs. 3, Philadelphia 76ers. 4, Charlotte Hornets. 5 Utah Jazz, 6 Washington Wizards, 7 Orleans Pelicans, 8 Brooklyn Nets, 9 Toronto Raptors, 10 Houston Rockets from a Phoenix Suns trade, 11 Portland Trail Blazers, 12 Chicago Bulls, 13 Atlanta Hawks from Sacramento Kings, and 14 San Antonio Spurs from Atlanta Hawks. So what do you think? Was the Mavs' luck a stroke of fate? Or is there something deeper at play? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.